Hello there, I'm John.
I'm Vaughn.
And what you are about to see is a podcast that should have been uploaded a while ago. It is our review of Spider-Man No Way Home, but my computer gives me problems. You've heard about that a lot. Now, we are addressing something really big. It is not technically a termination, it is simply a evolution.
Yeah, a little small evolution, adjustment, whatever you want to call it.
Pivoting away from something to something else, rather. Mainly for, like, the fact that our other videos that are just regular videos perform better. And also, your reasoning of, which you can see in our Patreon podcast. Yes, we're still doing a podcast. I didn't even mention the fact we are going to stop doing the Dangerously Diverse podcast, a whole, 2-hour long thing, or whatever like that.
However...
And we are just going to focus on doing a simpler, kind of just more raw and uncut version, and condensed, more 10, maybe 20 minutes max of a podcast on Patreon. The reason is, he said, it was because we have enough chemistry as far as doing the podcast and everything to where it's okay, it was kind of instant, it was enough to do it at the start. And it's funny because we made a joke about it in the beginning when we started the podcast last January, that hey, this isn't going to last a long time. Or it's going to be a thing I don't know if I said this, but I'd like to think I said 13 episodes.
God, I'm going to have to go back.
It was a certain amount of the episodes.
If you said 13, I'm going to...
I said it was a big series, and apparently it was. And for doing a podcast a whole year, we only had 13 fucking episodes.
Fuck, when you put it like that, god damn. Shit.
We didn't do much. But it mainly just because it was lives and stuff, stuff happening, and just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different stuff happening. So we will still be making regular videos. It'll also be easier on me because then I'll only have to edit a video and stuff like that. And so the videos won't be as long. So it'll be easier to watch, more viewer retention and stuff like that. Have more people coming back, just so we can grow a community and do a bunch of other things like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, enjoy the episode. And like I said, Patreon, we'll be doing that podcast. There is actually a little thing for that. We're going to put a snippet into this episode for that. I say that, and I said that.
You did say that last time.
I did say that. All right, then. But yeah, so thank you all for your continued support, and thank you all for your support on this podcast here. Don't worry, it'll make a comeback eventually.
Probably.
Maybe.
Fucking hate this guy. Say no.
Woo! Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long, long ass time.
Who are you?
It's Jake from State Farm.
It's Jared here. Vaughn's no longer with us anymore.
God.
Welcome to the Jared and John podcast.
Oh man. So y'all don't know the backstory to this, but this motherfucker was sitting outside of my house for an hour whilst I was taking a nap. It wasn't a very good nap.
This nap wasn't planned, by the way.
No, it just kind of happened. So
he was like, "Yeah, bro, come record." I was like, "Bet, bro. Today's a perfect day."
Where have we been? Fucking up.
Yeah, we've been fucking up schedule. We thought the schedule was gonna be a lot easier. We were sadly wrong, So we're still working out.
I got a good 3-4 hours after I get back home to do all my shit
before it's fucking over.
Oh yeah.
Before it taps out for your body.
Because now my body's used to the schedule. Now my body's like, oh, motherfucker, we're tired.
Yeah, at this
we're
time.
We're tired at 12 p.m.
Yeah, so
I'm like.
So I gotta we gotta plan this in the morning when he's getting off work and I'm still at work. I gotta be like, yo, bro, today for sure. All right, put that alarm on because
Sunday's my first day back, so it's Sunday is the day you're off. So it's after I get done work, it's all right, you coming down? All right, cool. I'll probably pass him on the fucking highway.
I know, right?
You just saw that, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have to do some damage control real quick. Let me go ahead and just this is live, by the way. This is actually, however, on the topic of a new podcast that we are going to be doing called Dangerously Therapeutic, because we're two certified lover boys who have broken hearts and problems, so we don't want to go to a therapist because that costs money. And frankly, they don't really talk to you that long. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying don't go to therapy. All I'm saying is it doesn't work for us.
I've actually done legit therapy before.
I have too. I still have a bill for that I haven't paid.
About like 4 sessions.
God damn.
Yep.
That's a lot of money, bro.
It is.
Those sessions are not cheap unless
Yeah.
you did like a little deal on like a podcast you watch and you used a promo code. But them shits aren't cheap. My shits was like at least I think it was like a 2-hour session. It was like $80. That shit's expensive. It adds up. That's why I only did 2 sessions.
However, when I went, it was more or less just like therapy looks better in movies to me.
Oh no, it is.
To me.
It's definitely not how it is.
They look like they make more of a breakthrough in movies. You go there and they're like this, that, and everything. I'm like, I don't feel any better. If anything, it's making me feel like I should have talked to a friend. Because 1, it's cheaper, and 2, they probably would have helped me a little bit more.
Honestly.
But that's just our opinion.
Yeah, somebody probably is out there.
These people are professionals. They go to school for this shit. They take psychology and all this stuff. So I 100% think that if you do need serious help, then find a person who has an actual certification in that field, not just some motherfucker who comes and records at your house.
I actually was gonna be a therapist, so I was going to college.
You look like it.
With the glasses on. Right?
Yeah, you look like you're getting ready to tell people.
Tell me about your day. Why don't you have a seat? It's
So
like, no.
what's going on here?
What's going on, man? Tell me.
You have like your own TV show, like, you know what I mean?
That might be
Dr.
how-
Phil type thing.
That might be how I come on to the therapy podcast that we do. Like, so tell me about your life, John. How's it?
But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give you a little snippet of that right now before we start the actual show. So you'll see all of this nonsense, and then you're gonna see the intro. So roll it. Mission failed.
Get it next time.
Nah, fuck that. It was Snake. Snake. Snake.
What's up, guys?
We're back.
We're back. It's been a while.
Yay!
We're doing something a little different today.
God, I was on vacation. I got hit with an allergy attack. You moved.
I moved.
Got a new apartment.
Got a new apartment.
Fumbled the bag on Spider-Man tickets. And more.
Fuck.
On Dangerously Diverse, the podcast where we talk about nothing and absolutely everything at the same time. What have we got today planned? Absolutely nothing, because this is never planned. Spider-Man No Way Home! Spoilers! 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 We are going to tell you what happens in the movie Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep. We're gonna get straight into it. Is that what we're getting straight into, or?
No, we're gonna kind of explain a little bit other stuff, and then we're gonna get into it. I mean, we don't want to like bombard the people. We don't want to get to
right.
like, you want to eat the side dishes before you eat the main entree.
I don't think that's how that works, but
I do that.
you eat the
So
side dishes first.
Yeah, if I have like a steak, I eat like the side dishes first.
So if you have
I
a
eat the
steak and
steak.
potatoes, you eat the potatoes then the steak. You don't cut the steak and
sir.
dip it in the potatoes.
No, I don't do that. I mean, sometimes, but most of the time, like, cause all right, so I never had a problem with vegetables as a kid because I always ate those shits first.
Oh yeah.
So like I always ate my vegetables and everything like that. Like you'd have other parents like complaining like, "Oh, my kid doesn't eat vegetables," or other people going, "No, I don't like vegetables. I don't like this vegetable." I'm like, I fucking love broccoli.
Oh yeah, broccoli's my favorite.
Oh, dude, if you cook broccoli right,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a raw broccoli kind of guy. I like the raw, not raw like, fresh out the freezer broccoli, but like how they give it to you like in school sometimes and shit.
so the fresh broccoli.
Yeah,
not the frozen.
fresh, not frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh. I'm a fresh broccoli.
I like
guy.
fresh broccoli, but I like sautéing it in the pan with the seasoning and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is excellent too.
Yeah, and it has a nice crunch too. You gotta have a nice crunch with it, nice flavor and all that stuff.
I'm also a raw carrot kind of guy. I don't cook my carrots.
I like carrots raw too.
Like the bag, you just
Yeah, the
like the
baby
chips.
carrots.
Yeah, them shits go crazy.
See, it is. It's good. See, we're healthy people. I mean, we just, I just don't look like it because I eat like shit all the time.
As he says this with 5 cans of Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see.
Yeah, there's like a 1 liter of Mountain Dew there still unopened. 2 cans of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 soda cans. A Mountain Dew bottle empty. Coca-Cola bottle. Wawa iced tea.
When's the last time you been to the gym, bro? That took too long to answer. Oh, you about to be fucked today.
No, dude, my back is gonna be shredded from all this work, dude. I swear.
Oh, no.
Like, you're gonna look at my back and you're like, yo, bro, you hitting back day every day?
Oh, yeah, he also got a new job, too.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that real quick in our quick synopsis, but this man got a new job.
Got a new job working the night shift.
Working the night shift at night.
1:20 a.m. to 11:50 p.m. A.m. Not p.m. Fuck, that'd be horrible.
So, hopefully that's helping you out a little bit with your fitness.
I feel a little thinner.
Feeling
I
thin?
feel like my face is thinned out a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch shit, but Yeah, no, I need a new haircut.
You need a new haircut?
Yeah.
Or just a haircut in general?
Just a haircut.
I was gonna say, what you about to get some different style? About to
Maybe.
cut all the sides and just leave the top type shit?
I've done that before already.
Low
That's
key?
old.
Alright. You want something like that you've never done?
Well, I'd probably just do the regular thing. I do like the basic, just comb over thing.
I was
Just
gonna say,
'cause it
fuck
works
it.
for
You
me.
might as well buzz cut it. Get your Channing Tatum going on.
I don't look good like that.
I was gonna say, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
Nah.
But nah, speaking of the gym, I was gonna say real quick, I'm about to fucking grind, bro. I'm about to be fucking shredded. Catch me in a Marvel movie 2023. I'm gonna give it an extra year. I was gonna say 2022, but I gotta grind all 2022.
Black Panther 3?
But yeah, if they have a third one, catch me in it. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man, you know he's signed for 3 more movies. I'm gonna be in the third one. Miles Morales, he's gonna make an appearance. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna take my mask off. Oh,
you gotta shave.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because he has to be younger.
I'm gonna shave, bro. Don't even worry about it. You gotta sacrifice for the movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to make.
It'll be like one of those things where like they see you in the movie with no beard, and you go into like the interviews like after like for the movie, and you have like the full beard.
They're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna need you to shave that down. I'm pulling the clippers out right on spot. So I got the role. If I shave it, yeah, shit. And then you're gonna see me in the movie. I'm unmasked. Oh my God, that's Vaughn. I'm like, she was shredded. I mean, Miles isn't really shredded.
Catch me as Eddie Brock in the MCU.
Switching it up now. No longer gonna be. You're not gonna be the new Star Lord.
I'll be Wolverine.
I'll be Wolverine. You could be Wolverine.
I may be short enough to play Wolverine. Wolverine is short.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not that tall. You can get tall.
Hugh Jackman was kind of the exception, but I'm shorter than Hugh Jackman. I'm pretty short.
He's probably not that much taller than you. Probably like 5'10".
I'm 5'11", actually.
He's probably like 6 foot then.
Yeah.
I don't think because Chris Hemsworth's like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I am 5'11". That is not a lie.
That's a good
without shoes.
That's a good 6'1", 6'2" looking guy though. Yeah, I mean, we've said this multiple times.
Yes.
But the point I was
this
making.
man got fucking huge to play Hulk.
Oh my God, bro.
that image that he had on his Instagram for Christmas with him in the beard.
Yeah.
This man's
I was like, Jesus
swole
Christ.
as fuck. I'm like, Jesus, holy shit, dude.
I started curling my phone when you sent me that. I was like, I gotta curl everything
Found
possible.
the heaviest thing next to you, and you're like,
you gotta curl everything all day long. Just fuck it. I'm at work, just picking shit up for no reason, curling it. Like, nah, I gotta get on my Chris Hemsworth shit. He's an exception though. Honestly, a lot of black role actors, not that big. Like, I think the biggest one, like Michael B. Jordan's probably like the yokest.
Dwayne Johnson.
I forgot. I mean, he's Hawaiian.
Yeah, you know.
He's Ohalo.
That whole face off.
He's an exception too.
Verse that he has.
He's an exception too.
You know, his culture banging was strange.
He's a jet guy. He's an exception. You know what I'm saying?
Dwayne Johnson.
But like something I could catch up to, I could get into my Michael B. Jordan shit. I feel like he's not that tall.
He's swole.
He's a little swole. I could put on a couple pounds. I'm actually not gonna put on pounds. I'm actually trying to lose weight. I told you how I did that in-body scan in my new gym. Shout out to Edge Fitness. But
not a sponsor.
It's not a sponsor, so but I'm not
gonna
say.
You go there and be like, hey, John and Vaughn sent me. They're gonna look at you like,
okay.
The fuck?
My name. I got my.
Hey, do we
have a Vaughn?
Does anyone who work here named John and Vaughn, and literally like 2 motherfuckers who come up like parallel dimension, looking motherfuckers of us?
Yeah, what's up?
Woke up like, hey, what's up? They're like, no, we don't know him.
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Doctor Strange. The spell didn't go too right.
The multiverse is opening. But no, I did the in-body scan, and I already told you, but I found out I'm like 18% body fat, which isn't a lot, but to me it just sounds like a lot. So I want to get that shit down to 10.
It's a decent amount.
Yeah, it's a decent amount. That's almost at 20.
Actually, no, it's probably like 100 times less than what I have. 100%. I probably got more body fat and by like double than he does. So
I mean, you might not. Honestly, you might just have body mass.
No, it's body fat. Trust me, it's body fat.
Yeah, bro, that number. I mean,
you can tell too when like you flex and don't flex. You know what I mean? Like I do abs all the time.
And that shit doesn't make a difference.
No, I'm saying I do abs all the time. It's like, you know, when you like hold your abs.
Working all day, just
yeah, just sitting there all day and just kind of like
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was the only one that did that.
Oh no, everybody does.
Probably the only time I don't flex.
Come on, nobody just sits there just like with their stomach just out. You know what I mean?
Just walk around naturally loose. Like
everyone's high and just like.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Low key, I'll be doing the arm flex too. If
Oh,
I got
yeah.
a nice shirt on one day,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not
you
stiff. Like
walk
I don't
with
make it noticeable.
Make sure that
but
vein pops out.
yeah, I'll do this. Do the natural roll the sleeves up.
Yeah.
Hit this real quick. Make it look a little. Make your shoulders look a little buffer.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get that down to 10% by. We're in December. About to be January.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get down to 10% by summer.
Today's 29th. We got 2 more days left of this month.
2 more
2
days.
more days left.
New Year's coming, bruh.
You got anything planned for New Year's?
Not yet, but kind of. I got like halfway plans right now.
Halfway plans?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. You know, the team did ask me what I was doing for New Year's.
Oh, wow. Okay.
New Year's Eve, actually.
Yeah, we were having a thing here in my house, but I was like, 1, I don't want to have him drive all the way down. 2, if he drives all the way down, he probably has to drive back.
Yeah.
Actually. So like, it would be different if you still lived here. But even then, you couldn't like drink a lot too, because you had to be driving. So it was like, you know what I mean?
This shit is definitely different, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my guys will ask me, "Yo, bro, you trying to come chill?" I'm like, "I'm out of town, bro." Like, it sounds so weird saying that shit, because it's not even like I'm in Vine.
Yeah. Okay. So how has that been?
Honestly,
Like the transition from like everything that you know and everyone that you know lives here.
yeah. I kind of
literally had to come back to get people to go see a movie in King of Prussia and then drive all the way
back.
and then drive all the way back and then drive back yourself.
Yeah.
I know how that feeling is.
Sacrifices. Yeah, I know. You know.
I know that feeling of being the friend who picks everybody up, drops everybody off, and then has to drive home alone.
Yeah.
That shit sucks ass, dude.
Imagine 45 minutes of a long drive now. And it was 12 at night, so. And I had to work the next morning, so I was like, yeah. Probably won't do that again.
Yeah.
But the transition, honestly,
I've had to drive. I've driven to Cherry Hill to go see like Avengers Endgame with my friend and like the new Fast and Furious movie with my friend, and I got to drive back from there alone like at night.
Ooh.
Like I don't
That's
like
a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, I don't like those drives.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's shorter. That's like an hour maybe.
For real? From Cherry Hill? I thought it was like 2 hours for some reason. But
Oh yeah, we're like exactly like 30 minutes away from the Deptford Mall now and the Hamilton Mall.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Here, where I am now, where my family moved. You are probably like 30 minutes away from the Cherry Hill Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my spot.
You're like 10 minutes away from the Deptford Mall through the highway.
I haven't explored that yet, but honestly, the transition, bro, has been fucking amazing.
Oh, okay. You have to go. See how far away it is from you? See where the fucking Deptford Mall is from you? Definitely go to Wingstop.
I've not been
Wingstop is so fucking good. I've not had their traditional wings, so I can't really speak on them.
You know, I'm a traditional guy.
But they have, like, chicken tenders that are as long as that box.
Oh, shit.
And, like, decently thick, and they're real good. And they have, like, a decent amount of meat on them. And, like, the sauce is all over them. Their fries get a little much, but their fries are good.
Do they, what kind of fries? They got all kinds?
They have a bunch of different. They have a bunch of, but they have those. Those are like big ones. The seasoning they put on them is kind of
waffle fries.
It gets a while. No. But the seasoning that they put on them does get a little much after like maybe like at least 5 fries.
Tastes like restaurant fries a little bit.
No,
you ever had
it's
Applebee's fries?
Taste. Yeah, I've had them, but it's a different taste.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like Red Robin fries, you can eat like.
I'll kill some Red Robin fries.
Yeah.
Because they're endless too. Not endless. What's the word? Fucking
bottomless.
Bottomless, yeah.
Endless, bottomless, both the same thing.
Regardless, I'm eating them all. But yeah, I'll definitely try. I gotta see how far it is. I haven't gone to like malls yet. I'm still trying to like get the main shit out the way, like getting all the furniture I need and any small shit for the apartment. Then I'm actually splurge on myself a little bit.
Well, yeah, go to Wingstop, dude. Dude. You know how Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings have like a little more breading than meat? It's literally the opposite. It has more meat than breading on them for their boneless wings. They're honestly, I'm gonna say their atomic sauce was their hottest sauce. Not that hot.
I was gonna say
they don't have like too many options for like. So I'll go over let's go ahead and go over the options right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the uninformed viewers, and also to inform myself again. That's how their traditional wings look. But yeah, see,
oh shit!
I ordered it I've gotten it 3 times, dude.
That shit was pretty.
April, May, and June.
That shit was pretty good. Yeah, I haven't really ate, so everything's looking hungry. everything's looking hungry. What? Everything's looking good to me right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually can search up how far it is from me.
Really?
Since, because you know, you on Google Maps, you can put like, oh,
yeah.
I'm at this destination right now, technically. So it's actually 20 minutes. Close as
20
fuck.
minutes. Okay.
Close as hell.
It's not that bad because whatchamacallit? I literally left work like at Philly, went to the Deptford Mall because it was on the way home, and then drove back here and ate them. And they're still like warm. So
I'll say, yeah, 20 minutes isn't bad at all.
Definitely a thing. Okay, so let's go ahead. Specials, all in bundle.
Do they have like a bones and traditional combo? I'd probably get that.
Yeah, well, no, you can mix things actually.
Oh yeah, I'm getting.
So
that.
when you go to like see wing combos, yeah, you can get your large 10-piece wing combo, and then see mix and match.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
It's $14.79 for a 10-piece.
But that's also a combo. It comes with the fries and it's your own. It's
Yeah,
about right.
yeah.
14 is about right.
And then so flavors, they have it. Oh, I haven't even seen this yet. Orange Szechuan, limited time.
I'm definitely gonna
Flavor.
probably try that atomic.
They have it twice. That's how you know it's classic and bonus. Okay, because it's mixed. Orange Szechuan, atomic, mango habanero, Cajun, original hot, spicy Korean Q, Louisiana rub, mild, hickory smoked barbecue, lemon pepper, garlic parmesan, Hawaiian, and plain. So, not that many choices for sauces. However, they do a lot of those limited time sauces, and they are there for a while. And they are decent. They're really good. Lemon pepper is really good. I suggest getting lemon pepper. It's really good. I haven't tried orange Szechuan. Their atomic is supposed to be their hottest. I've tried that, and I've tried their mango habanero. They're not really that hot. They're not really that spicy. But like the tenders, let me see if I can find a picture of the tenders.
But no, I'm definitely try it out. I'm still adjusting to all the food out there. There's a lot of different food in that area. Like I got a fucking Checkers right down the street from me.
Oh really?
Yeah, I haven't tried them yet, but there's a Checkers right down the street. A whole bunch of different Chinese spots. A whole bunch of different pizza spots that I've got a lot of great
Best food
reviews
in
on.
town, better food in town, only food in town.
Now they got some weird Chinese spot, bro. They don't deliver and shit. Piss me off, bro. I called them. I was like, yeah, can I get... I made the whole order. She gave me the price. I was about to give her my card number, and I was like, you deliver, right? They were like, no, you got to come pick up. Hung up on that bitch, bro. I was like, no, I'm not trying
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not trying to hear that. It was late at night. I was like, I'm not trying to hear that. Right now, I'm still on my basic shit, going to Wawa, you know, hitting like...
Domino's doesn't deliver here.
Yeah, you told me that.
That's fucking hilarious. Sucks. And what's funny is the house next to us got Domino's delivered one day. Like, the day we moved in, that's what we were like, oh, all right, we'll move down. We'll order Domino's. And we were thinking about what to get. We were like, oh, we'll order Domino's. Nope. Smooth went on the app, and it said, we do not deliver to your area or whatever. And we're like, what?
They probably did that
like,
bullshit.
we are not even, like, you know how close we are to the Domino's.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So fucking close. But there's this other local place over here, Danny's.
Yeah,
they
right on,
they deliver here.
What's that? Maze Landing Road.
No, Maze Landing Road is something.
That's a little further down, ain't it?
Yeah, it's
right next to Cousin Corral.
I've lived here. I've lived in this entire area for 24 years. Don't know a single fucking street name, but the one I live on.
So I gotta name landmarks. It's over there by Cousin Corral and shit.
High school. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I had Danny's. They're actually alright.
Yeah, they're real good. We ordered from there a couple times, so we like them. If you order like 16 pizzas or whatever, if you get like 16 pizzas,
all right. I just meant all in one.
You get
for a
like
second. I was like,
you get these little coupons in the box for a free one. So it's pretty much like you don't have to order them like all in one, and it's not like you go there every day.
Yeah.
But eventually, it just accumulates. You know what I mean?
I say, how often would you actually get Danny's pizza though? Well, I mean, you have no choice at this point because.
Well, no, yeah, I do.
Can't get Domino's.
Yeah, I get it. No, I can get Domino's where I go. We get both of them. We like their pizza.
Oh, you be taking a drive?
Yeah.
To the one right there next to McDonald's and shit?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we take a drive there.
I'm a lazy motherfucker, bro. I be trying to get everything delivered. I mean, not now. Now I'm in my new spot.
Alright, so I don't like delivery. Alright, so thankfully these motherfuckers came in and they were a decent size. They're actually like kind of perfect, being 11.5s. But whatchamacallit, I ordered them and they were online. I don't like ordering shoes online.
Oh yeah, I don't order clothes online at all.
Oh yeah, no.
I need to
unless it's like a merch thing. Like I've only bought like merch from like one place, and that was Kevin Smith's podcast.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
It was like a shirt that was like a reference to something that like they'd done on like the that became like a running joke on their podcast, like during the pandemic. Like someone like wrote in the thing of they wrote Chef's Kiss, but like, Kevin Smith pronounced it as Jeff's Kiss.
Jeff's Kiss. Yeah.
So there's like a shirt that says Jeff's Kiss on it, and it's like a thing. Shout out Fat Man Beyond, Kevin Smith's podcast, also not a sponsor or a partner. Right now.
I was say also not a partnership.
We don't we currently do not have any affiliation with them right now. But what should we call it? Yeah, that's that is about it, I guess. Yeah, for personal stuff. Like we said in that little like ad thing in the beginning.
When it hears
we're
cry
gonna,
and
we're gonna have some heartfelt talks. But let's get into Spider-Man, which is also a very emotional movie. So
I want to watch it again, bro. I haven't seen it besides that one time.
I've seen it twice. We've both seen it twice.
That shit's
third
probably
time
just
is
as
gonna
good.
be 4DX.
You know, it's probably just as good the second
Third
time.
time is gonna be 4DX.
It's probably gonna be just as good the third time.
What you doing tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. Thursday?
Yeah.
Working.
30th.
I work late tomorrow.
After? Oh.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. Whenever I'm like, hey, I got money and I can go do shit, he's like, oh, I'm working late. Whenever I ain't got money and he can go do shit.
That's honestly why.
Early, bro.
That's honestly why I turned around and made the drive back. Cause I just feel like you're gonna be like, well, can you come down tomorrow? And I just was gonna eliminate that.
Well, I'd come up tomorrow for like going to see Spider-Man, but you don't get done probably till like 7, right?
Oh, I meant to like record the podcast and shit.
Oh no.
That's what, I thought you were gonna be like, yo, we can record tomorrow. That's why I was like, I'm turning around because I can't.
Yeah, what time do you get done work tomorrow?
8. So I'll be home around 9.
God damn,
Yeah, bro, that shit ass. And what's crazy is I don't even.
What about the 31st?
What's that?
New Year's Eve.
Probably fuck for the rest of the week after that, bro.
What are you doing for New Year's Eve, bro?
I don't know yet, bro. You know, I might, like I said, I might have plans with the team or.
What about Sunday? I'm off Sunday.
It's my birthday Sunday. I'm probably gonna have plans for that one, honestly. For a big birthday boy.
God damn.
I was say, yeah, I'm pretty much booked this whole weekend. I just don't have actual plans yet.
Yeah, let's just breeze past the fact that I didn't know Sunday was your birthday.
Yeah, I know. I tried. I was gonna breeze past it.
Let's breeze past that.
You were about to say, really?
Okay.
I thought you were gonna play it off like, oh yeah, you're right. It is Sunday.
Yeah.
Second, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
I heard the WoW about to come out. I heard the for real? I seen it about to come out. I was like, I'm gonna just keep talking.
Conversation going.
Yeah, bro. Big birthday Sunday. Finally off on my birthday for once.
Big 2-4.
2-4, bro. 24.
I've been on that for a minute.
Yeah.
Feels the same as 23.
I bet.
You're just a little closer to 25.
Yeah. 25 is like halfway to 30.
25, you can rent a car with a debit card.
Really?
But it's liable to a credit check.
I got great credit, so fuck it.
Which, don't fucking get if you have the money. And it's a debit card.
I don't get a lot of that shit with credit.
Like, I don't understand that.
It's like, bro, I'm giving you my money anyway.
If I'm giving you money from my account.
Off the account, off the card.
Off the rip.
It's not like I'm bringing you cash.
If you're holding this money, if I have this money already, why do you need to run my credit?
Right.
Why?
It's like I can't scam you, bro. It's not cash. Like, it's a credit. It's a debit card.
Like, you have it on
swipe
file.
It and it's yours. Like,
you have it on file.
Money, it's over.
You can take me to court. Let me sign a paper, please. Anyway, enough about that bullshit.
Yeah,
let's talk about
into
Spider-Man. No Way Home. Okay. First off, we're not even gonna do non-spoiler because this movie's too big to do non-spoiler.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say no. We're spoiling everything.
Spoilers.
It's been what?
It's been about
a
week
and a half. Almost
2 weeks. Yeah.
Almost 2 weeks. Yeah. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Fuck it, y'all had enough time.
Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. 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 We're about to spoil Spider-Man No Way Home. We're gonna tell you what the fuck happens. So guess what? If you made it this far and you hear spoilers for this movie and you're like, why'd you spoil it? You're obviously fucking brain dead.
Yeah, because he definitely just told you to your mouth. Mouth to mouth, dude.
But also, thank you for subscribing and listening. We love you.
Oh, man.
So, movie starts off. Everybody knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And there's also, I peeped it, there's a girl who pushes Spider-Man and he kind of like swats her hand away, and she's like, Spider-Man hit me! Spider-Man hit me!
Damn.
And I'm like, Yeah, that seems like today.
Yeah, that seems like nowadays.
That seems like now someone throws a hand on you and you kind of just like graze it away, not even like forcefully, and they're like, "Hit me!
Hit me!"
Yeah. So
I'm not seeing it twice, bro, because now you got like a refresh. Like
I've seen it soon too. I saw it after Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're like, you got everything right there. I might be a little hazy on some stuff.
Oh man, I was a little hazy after I saw it the first time. I just had this like thing of like, oh my god, it was so good. First of all, two standout performances in this movie for me, and also for you, Willem Dafoe
for sure,
and Andrew motherfucking Garfield.
There
real
it is.
Middle name.
Yeah, there it is. Real middle name.
Andrew motherfucking Garfield shows that even if you are cut short of a trilogy, you can still come back. I mean, Willem Dafoe shows it a little better because obviously it's been like 20-some fucking years since he's played Green Goblin.
Did his shit top tier.
But Andrew Garfield comes back after not having been Spider-Man for a long time and fucking kills it.
Bro,
Willem Dafoe comes back, Green Goblin, 20-some years, hasn't played him, fucking kills it, and adds more on top of it, too. This man somehow adds more to the book of the fucking character.
He actually turned that Green Goblin up a little bit.
Actually. His face in some of those scenes, he's like...
Yeah, bro, they get my snaps of approval.
Oh, listen, they 100%. They have my money for that movie. I'll see it a third time in 4DX.
Oh no,
obviously,
listen, I'm gonna see it
without you.
Obviously, I'm gonna see it.
It might have
a
to
third
without
time.
you.
It might have to. Yeah, I know, bro. But for sure, I'm gonna see it multiple times. Whenever it drops on whatever it's gonna drop on, I'm still gonna watch it on there multiple times.
I'll just fly out to LA and see it in 4DX in the TCL Chinese Theater. The theater where they have red carpet premieres at.
Yeah, I seen that how they just...
I've been there. I saw Wrath of Man, the Jason Statham Guy Ritchie movie. I saw it there in the main theater with all like you had like the big mannequins with all like the movie, the big prop fucking costumes on the mannequins. Like you go into the really big theater, and I'm like, man, Robert Downey Jr.'s ass might have been in the same seat that I'm in, seeing Avengers.
Low key.
Chris Pratt could have been in that seat as well.
How'd it feel?
Listen, dude, I felt like I was...
You felt the superstar?
I was on Snapchat flexing. Let's just say. I was on Snapchat flexing. And this is before we actually started all this, too. This is like maybe a couple months before I started this.
Fuck that. We're here for the real deal, though.
Yes. We are here to explain a little bit more. So, J. Jonah Jameson is... telling everybody Spider-Man murderer. So a bunch of stuff happens. So it's basically just preliminary stuff of like people finding out that he's Spider-Man and him being like taken by the cops and told, hey, he's like, hey, I didn't murder them, and they're like, oh, doing all that. Ned dropping bags over here.
Oh my gosh.
Ned dropping big bags.
So as he said, I fumbled the bag in getting us 4DX tickets. If you watched our short, which we seen nobody really did.
One motherfucker watched it. Thank you, one motherfucker.
But I fumbled as well, just as Ned did. Fucked up, but
fumbling big bags. So what was your reaction when MJ told you Peter was Spider-Man? He's like, whoa.
He was like, yeah.
He's like, I knew Peter was Spider-Man first. He's like, I saw this guy in the chair. He's like. And then the cop was like, oh, so in Spider-Man's illegal vigilantism, you were his main accomplice. And he was like, I'd like to have my words stricken from the record.
Doesn't work like that, Ned. Sorry.
Big bag drops over here.
Yeah, Ned just gave away his whole identity, so.
God, he gave up the bag. He fumbled back.
Bro, I don't mean to jump around, but I actually seen something about Ned and like what might happen in the upcoming movies.
Hobgoblin?
Yes, Ron, I'm fucking off.
Well, no, because he has the Doctor Strange thing, so they're gonna go around that with that arc and stuff like
he
that.
did his shit, but
even though he forgot all about that.
I hope they do go that route though, because that would be fucking fire.
But he would have had to let him die.
Yeah, fuck it though.
Or he would have had to thought that he let him die, and then also for the Hobgoblin to exist, the Green Goblin would also have to exist in the universe, or whatever like that.
Hey, you never know.
Who knows what's gonna fucking happen?
Exactly.
Anyway,
what the fuck
so after they do all that stuff, Peter gets a lawyer, and his lawyer is none other than Matt Murdock.
Yes, the man made an appearance as we all suspected he would.
The Silent Assassin. It's probably not his nickname.
Mind you, he came on the scene for only
Daredevil!
he only came on the scene for about like a minute, but...
Daredevil, and it's played by Charlie Cox.
Yes.
It is a 100% delight to see that they're bringing in a lot of this shit. They brought in him. He's from the Netflix universe.
Did you watch Hawkeye?
Yeah, spoilers for Hawkeye.
All right, yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin.
Yeah. So that's all gonna tie. I feel like that's all gonna tie.
You're gonna have them meeting. People thought maybe Daredevil was gonna like show up in the last episode as well.
I was hoping so.
It was either Daredevil or Kingpin. Nope, we got Kingpin. Which, that motherfucker is old. But the fight scene, dude. Oh my god. Him versus Kate Bishop is the funniest thing ever, and you can probably add that like vaudeville music behind it. The
love Kate
like the
Bishop.
where she's like running at him and stuff like that. Like the way that fight goes, she gets bodied sometimes, bro. She gets tossed.
She
He's like, you're in over your head and throws her by her fucking bow.
He was not lying. She was in over her head. He was fucking her up. She got lucky. He snapped her shits and left him on the ground right there.
Bro, he got shot with a fucking arrow and just went, yeah.
Said, fuck out of here. I said,
he didn't even pull it out. He left it in.
Oh, yeah, he broke that shit.
And continued fighting.
I was like, yeah, he's different. I was like, she's in over her head. I was like,
oh, yeah.
She don't know what she's in for yet.
That's crazy.
She's not ready to
Then he got exploded and he was walking away. Then Echo like shoots him in the face, but people think he's still gonna be alive.
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's a thing that happens in the comics and stuff like that, but it's not Spider-Man.
I mean,
even
she
though
does have her
Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain. Echo, yeah, she's
having her own shit.
She's having her own series.
I have to tune into that.
Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain as well.
Yeah.
So he will probably make an appearance. Ballsy move if they bring him in for one episode of the last episode of Hawkeye, and that's all we see of him.
And and then until like
real ballsy. No, never.
Oh, you
never seen
never.
Again. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucked
That's
up.
Very fucking ballsy.
Yeah, that'd be fun. They're not gonna do that smart.
Yeah. And there is a little bit of a nod. So back to Spider-Man. So there's a little bit of a nod when you see Daredevil in there, and you see him talking to Jon Favreau's Happy Hogan, because of the fact that one, Jon Favreau played Foggy Nelson in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. And it's funny because he's like, oh, you're going to need a really good lawyer, right?
Pulls him out, yeah.
He says, you're going to need a really good lawyer. Is it not him? He's not going to defend him. But he needs a really good lawyer. And then a brick flies through the window. You see Peter Parker go to catch it, but then fucking Matt Murdock is like fast and he's like, he catches it. And Peter Parker's like, how did you do that? He's like, I'm a really good lawyer.
That shit was so fire, bro. That's all we seen of him, but
dude, the theater was so good too when we went to see it, bro. So fucking good.
The second time or the
first time?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was
because you see the cane like hit the thing, and then everyone's like, oh!
That shit was fucking amazing.
God.
Because if you watched our little review of the trailer, we thought obviously that was gonna be the cop that was interrogating Peter, but. We still right.
That was the main theory going around.
Yeah, we were still right. He was in it though. Yeah.
He was going to be in the interrogation room, but he was in his apartment, which is really cool. Then they go to Happy's place because Peter's house is getting too much heat from all the media coverage and stuff like that. And then after that, he goes and he's talking to MJ and stuff like that. Ned, and they're just sitting there like, man. We're in school. Yeah. Everybody knows where we are. We're going to go to MIT together. Psych, bitch. You thought they don't get into any schools.
They get into none of them shits.
And then they're in the restaurant that MJ works at. I skipped a bunch of stuff probably here, but we're just going over the main juicy details here. Then MJ is working at the coffee shop when they all get their MIT letters. They all get rejected due to the controversies.
Being FOS.
What is it? He calls Flash. Peter Parker calls Flash Thompson, who claims that he's his best friend now. And then he goes to try to meet the. Oh no! It's after the whole Doctor Strange thing. So he's like, man, like what the fuck am I gonna do? Like you see it on his face, and then he looks at these Halloween lights.
Seems a trailer.
And you see the little like wizard lights and everything like that, and then he goes to Doctor Strange to do the spell. And whilst doing the spell, Peter Parker's like, oh, this guy should remember. This person should remember. This person should remember. And it fucks it up. Right? And you can see, actually, like, the images of people coming through in the cracks and stuff when they're going through. Like if you catch it at the right time, you can see like the white silhouettes of people coming through, which is really cool. Then he's like, oh well. Then Doctor Strange, after he fucked it up, he's like, listen. He's like, if you've tried to plead your case with them and everything else, like there's nothing you can do. And then Peter's like, what do you mean by that? I can talk to him? And then Doctor Strange is like, excuse me, bitch? You have not tried to talk to them? And then he goes and he tries to talk. He calls Flash Thompson. We're finally here now. He calls Flash Thompson. He's like, hey, I need to talk to somebody or whatever like that. And then he goes onto the bridge to talk to the admissions lady for MIT. And then
we get the appearance.
We finally get back after like 19, 20 years.
My boy Alfred
Molina, Doc Ock comes from under the bridge and says, hello.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Peter. He said, hey, Peter.
I was waiting for
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That shit still hit just
bro,
like how the trailer
It is
did.
a great fight scene. Great fight scene between Peter Parker and Doc Ock. And then, remember the scene of him getting like the thing and the upgrade and everything like that? Turns out, whatever nanotechnology goes on...
This motherfucker was right. You said that during our trailer breakdown that if you slowed it down, Doc Ock's, the arms, it looked like nanotech technology from Iron Man. And I was like, nah. That shit really happened, bro.
There was one thing that I left out because of the trailer breakdown, because I didn't think it was necessary, but I should have put it in there. But also because there was like some other shit we were talking about. But it's later on. We'll get to that. So, my theory about he's in the suit already when he's talking to Peter. Because if he was sitting there on the thing and then he turned into Spider-Man, he wouldn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
So the fight scene's going on and everything like that. All this other stuff. The suit forms with him. A piece of Peter's suit forms with one of Doc Ock's tentacles. And then Peter's able to control his tentacles. Because, like, new device paired. So I guess whatever it latches onto, like you said,
parent.
it becomes, yeah.
That shit was
It
fire.
becomes a Bluetooth device. And so Peter can control it now. Which is obviously, the way they have it looking is a reference to the Spider-Man that has Doc Ock tentacles. Which is pretty cool. Then, after that, they go up onto the bridge. And he's like, hey, man, like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know you. And then we see the Goblin Bomb. And then, whatchamacallit, the Doc Ock is like, Osborn? And then they immediately swifted away by Doctor Strange down into the depths of his dungeon where they cast this spell earlier. Then you see something moving behind him and it's the lizard and it scares him. And then he's like looking around and all this shit and he's like, what's going on here? And then Doc Ock is in one of the little cages and everything like that. And he is like, yo, listen, you fucked up big time, bro. These people are
from another universe.
I found this slimy bastard like dwelling in the depths of the sewers of New York City, just like the mayor of New York does in that one Lonely Island song. He fights and
Lonely Island. Yo, I haven't heard from him in years.
Oh man, but whatchamacallit, they go there, they do all that stuff. He's like, oh, we gotta detect a bunch of like dimensional trespassers. Interdimensional trespassers is what he calls them. And then he's like, okay. Oh, he upgrades his suit because he gets the paint splashed on him by that dude. So he turns it inside out. That's the black and gold suit. Then shit. Okay, we're going here. Then he needs help from Ned and MJ. Doctor Strange gives him a little suit upgrade on his thing to where when he like lassos people, they go right to Doctor Strange's thing. Fast forwarding a little bit, he's now going to fight Electro. And then, he's going to get the Green Goblin, he thinks.
Yeah, he thought it was Green Goblin.
But it's really Electro.
Fought him in the worst possible spot you can fight Electro.
Bunch of electrical pylons. But Sandman shows up. Right? Sandman shows up in sand form. Only human form for like one scene whatsoever.
Yeah.
Which is kind of different from what he used to be able to do because I believe that he was able to, he was able to turn back into human form for like
Yeah, he was
a good, solid couple minutes, but he just stayed in sand form the entire time, which that's a lot of CGI, honestly. A lot of CGI. All these people getting lassoed. Electro gets lassoed. Electro, Sandman, Lizard don't get a lot of play.
Nah, they didn't.
Doc Ock and Green Goblin are the two that get the most play. So then Peter goes to get Green Goblin because he's at the feast shelter, which Aunt May works at. Willem Dafoe, he's sitting there,
did
bro.
his fucking thing, bro.
Dude, he's sitting there in the alleyway, the thing, and he's like looking at the his helmet, and he's like, "We got a new universe to conquer." And he's like, "No, no!" And he smashes the helmet. Thank God he doesn't look like a motorcyclist anymore. He goes, does all that shit. Then he ends up at the feast thing, and then he's talking to like Aunt May, and Peter shows up, and he was like, "Listen, I'm fucking lost. I don't know where I am." He's like, he's like, "Someone's living in my house. Oscorp doesn't exist. My son is canceled."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not in the movie. That's real life. He's canceled.
It's real life. James Franco was canceled.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not here again. So yeah, that's a thing. Peter, I guess, takes him because he's all looking all raggedy and shit like that now. He's in a bunch of like rags and everything. Then they go to get him back, right? They take him to Doctor Strange's house. And then Doctor Strange like whips him into the thing. He's like, "Oh no, wait!" And Doctor Strange is like, "All right, I'm going to send these guys back. They're going home."
They did have a way home.
They did have
in
a
the
way
beginning.
home. But thanks to Spider-Man, they didn't have a way home.
Yeah, fucking technically he fucked it up.
Yes, Spider-Man technically didn't have a way home.
Yeah.
For them.
I mean, the reason he was gonna do it though is because they were all gonna die from Spider-Man. Right? They all explained that they died fighting Spider-Man. Yes. So he was like, well, you know, Tom Holland being a softie, being the softie Spider-Man was like, well, you know,
he's like, maybe we can change them for the better. We can heal them. And then Willem Dafoe delivers a classic line. You know I'm something of a scientist myself. God. Classic to hear him say that again. And there's not a lot of that. There's not a lot of like self-referential callbacks and stuff like that. Like there's callbacks and payoffs and references, but it's not filled with that.
No.
It's not Easter egg city. You know what I mean? Like it's not too much. It's just enough to like strike a chord with your inner child seeing Tobey Maguire Spider-Man for the first time. You know what I mean? Like it's enough for all this stuff. Because Willem Dafoe was our first ever Spider-Man villain on film.
Yep.
He was Green Goblin. He is our Green Goblin.
Unless you want to count the guy who killed Uncle Ben. That was our first villain, really.
God.
That was our first villain.
Bonesaw.
Yeah.
Was technically our first villain.
Right.
He had to face him.
Oh, God.
What else? So Peter is trying to find all these people a way home, or a cure for all their stuff. So they go to Happy's apartment. Peter starts to create cures for all these people. He cures Doc Ock. He gets the little chip and everything like that. What is it?
He starts to cure Electro.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, while he's doing that,
it's Peter tingle.
Peter gets a big tingle. A big tingle, because it makes him go like...
That scene was excellent, though. I remember that. I like that little camera.
Yeah, like that whole like thing, like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, like he starts like sense all this stuff. And then Willem Dafoe like goes for like his hand like reaches over, and then Spider-Man's like, tss, and it like gets his hand like cut to the thing, and he's like, wow.
Cut right to the Green Goblin voice again. I was like, damn.
It's so fucking good. The cure didn't work that they made for him though, because if you didn't peep, Aunt May stabbed him with it.
Yeah, I did see that
already, and he's like, didn't work. Mm-hmm. You really think I let this happen?
That was that fight scene where.
He gets bought. Oh my god, dude. Willem Dafoe gets punched in the face like 5 times by Spider-Man, and he's just like...
sitting there smiling at him, yeah.
Yeah. God, Spider-Man's never faced a villain like this before. Because not this Spider-Man. This man is just balls to the wall. He wants just destruction. He wants to kill people. Like, that's what he wants to do.
Why don't you put it like that? Yeah, because in the first one he fought... the
Vulture.
When he was... He wasn't really trying to kill him.
Yeah, he was just a guy who was just, like, trying to, like, make money after he, like, couldn't clean stuff up at the 2012 Avengers attack.
Then he fought Mysterio, and those are like drones technically. So
Yeah, and he wasn't like this like hopped up fucking super villain.
Yeah,
you know what
Green
I mean?
Goblin's like the
Plus,
first.
he just had a beef with Tony Stark.
Yeah, he wasn't really trying to kill Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Even though he tried, he wasn't like with the full
Yeah.
intent that Green
Yeah,
Goblin was like,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
But he obviously, like, you know what I mean? Like, if Green Goblin wanted to kill Peter Parker,
Oh, man.
you get the sense that he could have.
Yes.
But he doesn't. You know what he does?
Oh yeah, we skipped that a little bit. After him,
The fight scene. Oh yeah,
we skipped like after William
he
Dafoe.
does. He does deliver a line where he says, "Gods don't have to choose; we take."
Yeah. Then after that, Electro was all like, "This motherfucker's right." Takes the shit off his chest, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm bad."
I feel like
man."
I feel like Jamie Foxx is there for comedic relief because it's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't get a lot of play. I mean, it's nice to see him like reprise that role and actually get to do something different with it.
I mean, he
and
was
actually look like Jamie Foxx while playing Electro.
I mean, he was doing his shit though.
He was.
You know, for the most of the movie.
He was
Until you know, of course, the scene we're about to get to, William Dafoe took over and body slammed Tom Holland through 5 floors.
Dude.
Straight power bomb. Triple.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh
WWE,
my god!
Triple H before
Lizard hops up to just give a quick quip of I told you there'd be consequences.
That's it, yeah.
Of like trying to help people and throws him right back into the ring. And fucking Willem Dafoe just goes too like strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it.
Yeah.
And just starts bodying this man through fucking floors upon floors, all the way down to the lobby.
And it's not like bodying him like going through floors, like going down the stairs or they're fighting in the elevator. Literally, he's slamming my man through floors, like power bomb, Triple H, Batista, mang, 5 floors straight. I was like, once I see that, I was like, yeah, Tom Holland's not ready for this. I was like, oh shit.
No, he is not, sir.
I was like, yeah, you were not lying. He ain't fighting nobody like this yet.
And then Aunt May's there, and he's just like sitting there on top of Peter Parker, holding his head. He's like, because she has like a fucking pipe or whatever like that, and he's telling her to run. He's telling Aunt May to run, and then Green Goblin's just like, I forget what the fuck he says, bro. It's killing me right now. He's like talking about like, look at her, like, oh, this is like look where her like pursuit got you or something like that. Basically saying like, oh, you were like, oh, look at what being a good person gets you. Then his fucking glider comes up, knocks her over, stabbed her, obviously.
That's one of the nostalgic Easter eggs that they gave it a little bit.
Oh, well, no.
That didn't kill
later.
him. Yeah. Oh, that was
no, that comes later.
Oh,
I'll tell you that reference, but there is a nostalgic reference with the glider. So she gets knocked over, and we were just to assume like, oh, everything's fine because they're getting up and they're talking. She fucking dies. Aunt May dies.
She got straight to it. She fucking dies.
Like, they're talking, and I got big, like...
Big teary eyes.
I got big fucking, like, we won Mr. Stark, we won vibes, but not, like, in a good sense, but, like...
I don't feel so good.
Yeah, like, we got that... I got that kind of vibe from it more so because she's laying there dying.
And she gave him a whole speech before this too, like, "Oh, we're good, Like,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Gave him the classic line.
Which Aunt May.
As soon as she said that, I was like,
Ben.
"Fuck, she's gonna die."
Aunt May is his Uncle Ben, and I told you she was gonna die too. Didn't
yeah,
I?
I was like, nah, they're not gonna do it.
We were in the theater, and I was like, she died, bro. She's dying, bro. He was like,
no. I was like, nah. And then as soon as she said that, I was like, fuck, he's right. She's like, great power comes great responsibility. I was like, oh man,
and then it takes a dark fucking turn after that.
Yeah.
It takes a dark turn for like 5 seconds because we see Spider-Man just in the rain. Iconic scene too, though.
This motherfucker got shot like nothing happened.
Oh, he did. Yeah, I breezed past that.
This motherfucker got shot.
The Department of Damage Control rolls up because J. Jonah Jameson called him, and he's there. And then Happy Hogan pulls up, right? Because he sees all the shit going down. So he pulls up to the building, and he's sitting there. Next you know, they fucking open fire, and they get fucking Peter with a bullet,
dude. They shot him in his shoulder.
They shot this motherfucker. I'm like, yo!
This man pulled on, and mind you, we didn't see his healing or nothing. He just got shot, and we didn't see nothing else about it.
He got shot. All. And then he's out there in the rain looking at the TV with J. Jonah Jameson just, like, trashing on him. You know what I mean? Iconic scene, though, honestly. Yeah. Like, the imagery is so good in that movie. Then Willem Dafoe does nothing. Never mind, we're not at that point. But it takes a dark turn for like maybe 5 minutes because then we're at Ned's grandmother's house. And they're like thinking like, man, like
shit, like I'm about to watch it again.
Like we have not seen these characters in a hot minute, and they're like, man, we're gonna, because originally what happened was, Peter gave MJ the box that Doctor Strange had that has like the kill switch.
You forgot to say that. Yeah.
To like send them all back.
She said, "I'm fucking do it,"
because they took it. They had a little fight. We've all seen it in the trailers. Spider-Man wins, and he gives it to MJ. She has it. Now they're at Ned's grandmother's house, and she's like, I'm going to press it. And Ned's like, no, don't. Right?
Yeah,
and
they haven't heard from Peter.
So Ned has Doctor Strange's sling ring. Because Peter took it off him when he was doing like the whole mirror dimension battle and stuff like that. I breezed past that, not going to lie. But, so he took his sling ring and gave it to Ned. Ned has the sling ring because apparently he gets like tingles in his fingers and he can do magic. Which he can do magic. Because he's like, man, I wish we could see him. And then sparks start to fly. There's like sparks, right? And so he's like, I wish we could see him. And he does it, and we see the portal open up, and they're standing up there, and they're like, Peter! And like, come on. And the guy runs, and a Spider-Man is running up. He hops out of the portal and takes off his mask. He's like, hey, it's Andrew motherfucking Garfield.
That shit was fucking amazing, bro.
Everybody in the theater, dude, we were sitting there like,
bro, as soon as he opened up and he turned, I was like, that's fucking Andrew.
Because so there's a couple different, like, obviously Tobey Maguire's thing isn't, like, obviously, like, but if you look at, like, how he looks in the thing, he looks like he's in an Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, that scene in the alley that he's at in the portal looks like it should be in, like, an Amazing Spider-Man movie. But regardless, he walks up and he gets out, and then they're like, prove you're a spider. He's like, I'm Peter Parker. Spider-Man. Because I guess the universe is all confused because there's 3 different Peters in there. But we'll get to the other one later. So they're like, prove you're Spider-Man. He's like, and first MJ throws like bread at him, and he's like, he's like, what about your Peter tingle? And he's like, I have the tingle thing, just not for bread. Andrew Garfield fucking, oh my god, I love his performance. That man is, oh shit. It's making me want to see Amazing Spider-Man 3 now.
Low key, bro.
But
not even low key.
He's like, prove you're Spider-Man, and he like jumps up and he like sticks to the wall, and they're like, crawl around. He's like, I'm not gonna do that. He's like, what else do you need me to prove? And then Ned's grandmother asks him like the cobwebs, and he crawls over, and like gets him and everything like that, and he jumps down. And he's like happy. Then Ned's like, find Peter Parker, and he opens up a thing, and next you know. Tobey Maguire walks out of the portal, and that was the loudest cheer too. Was for Tobey.
I got on my fucking seat.
Oh yeah, dude, See, that was a really good crowd in the theater because nobody was doing it at the wrong moments.
Yeah,
it was the right moments for everything.
You heard the build up. Once you see the next portal open, you heard the.
Oh shit! It's Tobey Maguire. Yep, and then he's there just looking like a cool youth pastor.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket.
Yeah, I was like, my man had on a jacket and a shirt. That's it.
Oh, man. But no, remember.
But now you know why, though, yeah.
He keep that thing.
That shit was fire.
He keep that, was that you were saying about your gym clothes?
I keep that thing. Yeah, keep that thing on.
Yep, he always got it on 24/7. So now, you got 2 Peter Parkers. They have a little web battle and everything. They're going, bah, 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 bah. They're flipping a little bit.
That shit was amazing, too. That shit was fire.
Shooting webs at each other. And like, oh man, and they're talking like, we need to find our friend Peter. He's like, and because they're Spider-Man, they know what's happening. They're like, all right, is there a place where he would go to just like get away from everything, right? And they're like talking about their places, like the Chrysler Building, Empire State, and all this stuff. And so they're like, yeah, there might be one place. They go to the roof of the school where you've seen MJ and Peter laying down earlier before Ned cock-blocked them. God, Ned dropping big bags. Ned dropping big bags. God. R.I.P. Ned.
What?
R.I.P. Ned.
It sounded like he died. I was like, what? I was like, did I miss something in the movie?
Basically. I mean, you know. But, so they go there and they find him. And then he sees, like, the 2 spider people just chilling on top of the fucking thing. And they jump down. And he's like, nah, I'm sending y'all back. Like, y'all ain't supposed to be here. Like, I'm sorry for getting you into this mess. Basically, hold on, let me just say this right now. Aunt May died for nothing.
Damn.
Aunt May technically died for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, not nothing, because it kind of, like, puts him in this whole thing, but there's a couple things that could happen. But you know what I mean? Regardless, let's get on with it. They're telling him, like, oh, yeah, like, we know what you're going through and everything like that. He's like, my Uncle Ben died. You know,
damn, Andrew
stuff.
did his thing.
Andrew was like, he's like, Gwen, he's like, she was my MJ.
She was my MJ. That shit hit.
That man got so emotional.
You seen the pain in his face.
You saw that, man. He gets a redemption, though. And you peep this.
I fucking
Your
called
peep
it,
game
bro.
on that. Your peep game on that was 100% 2020. 100% he peeped that. And, so they're talking to him, and he's like, and Tobey Maguire finishes the line of, because he's like, Tom Holland's like, before she died, she told me with great power, and Peter, you see fucking Tobey Maguire's face lights up, comes great responsibility. Sad moment, but I love how they act exactly how they acted in their movies.
Yeah.
100% just fucking authenticity. From neither of them missing a beat. Nobody misses a beat in this movie. Nobody. Everybody's on point. Everybody brought their A game. Everybody. Except Ned.
Golly.
Everybody's on point in this movie except for one person. And I mean that as a joke. Obviously, the guy who's playing Ned, his name's Jacob. Something, actually.
Yeah, I remember we didn't know last time.
Yeah. His name's Jacob. I paid attention to the credits. I paid attention to the credits. But Ned, the guy playing him, he obviously does a good job as Ned. The character Ned drops bags.
Yeah.
The character Ned didn't bring his A game. So they're sitting there lamenting about life and everything like that, doing all this stuff, talking, getting hype for what's about to happen. They start making cures for Green Goblin. Doc Ock's already cured. They go make Green Goblin serum, reversal serum, the cure for the Lizard, the cure for Jamie Foxx's Electro, and then the cure for Sandman. So they're making 4 cures. Now, this movie was shy of a 6th villain. However, I do have a theory that I just thought of the 6th villain, and we'll get to that in a minute. But so they're working on him, and they're all talking in the lab and everything like that, and then at one point, Ned's like, Peter, and they're like, huh? And then they have the little, like,
They did the meme.
They did the thing, yeah. I saw Andrew. He was doing it, like, after
hard,
everybody
yeah.
else. He was in for the meme.
He was 100%.
He was like, are we still doing this?
And Toby was like,
yeah, this man.
they're like half in, half out.
Yeah.
Andrew definitely wanted this bad, bro.
Oh, he definitely.
And he delivered it.
He was the one who was, like, getting hammered the most with questions. And he was the one who gave the best performance.
Yes, for
like,
sure.
Obviously, you know, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, everybody, they give their good performances and everything like that. We're not taking anything away from them. But we're just saying that for
Andrew's
us,
a standout for sure.
Andrew's definitely a standout. Seeing a person who's come back. Because Tom Holland's been playing Spider-Man for what, like, a good 5 movies now?
Yeah.
You got Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
Civil War, Homecoming, Far From Home, Infinity War, Endgame, and now No Way Home. This is his 6th movie appearance. He's been playing Spider-Man for 6 movies so far.
My boy Andrew.
This motherfucker has been Spider-Man longer in live action than anybody.
Then both of them
both
combined.
Of them combined.
Yeah. They had 5. That's it.
Exactly. He passed them with this movie. So, they all give great performances, but Andrew definitely gives a standout. They're all talking about stuff and everything. Ned finds out about how James Franco tried to kill Peter Parker, but he died in his arms tonight. Then
I call it.
And then Ned's like moving kind of shaky around Peter. He's like, I promise I'm not gonna try and kill you.
Peter's like,
okay. He's like, Peter's like, what do you mean by that? Were you planning on it?
Right.
Did you have an intention?
Facts, I'll just start being sketch as hell.
Yeah. Mine's moving shaky around that Ned. I gotta put my phone on the charger still. Damn. Alright, anyway. So, they're making cures and stuff like that. They're up in the kitchen whipping. Up some cures. But then they go and they start to do the thing where they go to the Statue of Liberty for the final battle. And Spider-Man calls in. He's like, yo, what's up? I got your ride home, bitches. I'm about to send y'all back. And I literally thought he was gonna have like the 2 Spider-Man like come on the screen with him, like we're right here, because maybe that'd be a thing. But I guess he wanted to surprise the villains too, that there was more of him. 3 Spider-Man though. They're all sitting there. Then there's a funny moment with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield where Tobey's like leaning on the scaffolding,
My back.
and Andrew Garfield's like, oh, is like back. He's like, oh, he says something, and he's like, my back, and it's like fucking great because like the whole like my back thing from the Spider-Man movies, and he's like must be stiff from all the swinging. He's like, oh yeah, I get a lower back thing too, and then he's like, want me to crack it for you? He's like, yeah, and so Andrew Garfield cracks Tobey Maguire's back and everything. He's like, oh, that's better, hell yeah, and then they're talking and everything.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, if you have seen the spoilers, that scene that everybody has seen of Andrew Garfield on a railing, it was real.
That was out 2 years ago.
That shit was 2 years ago, and that shit was real as fuck. Like, somebody in those studios got fired. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was real. That's where they were at, which he's discussing now, Toby and Andrew talking.
Yeah.
They were at that scene on that railing at that point. So, but continue, my good lord.
One thing that I breezed past was the fact that Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland discovered that Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, can shoot webs out of his wrists, and he doesn't need web fluid.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about, like, he's like, oh, set out my web fluid and everything. He's like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, what do you mean? He goes, tss. And they're like, whoa! Like, Andrew Garfield was, like, fascinated by that. He was like, what are you doing? And they start talking. He's like, so you produce your own web fluid in your body? And he's like, I don't really want to talk about this. And he's like, listen, he's like, I gotta make mine in the lab. It's very complicated. Like, it's a hassle. He's like, it's actually a hassle, like, to do this. And then Tom Holland's like, so what's the weirdest villains you guys have faced? And Tobey Maguire's like, I fought like an alien made of goo. And then Tom Holland's like, oh yeah, I fought an alien in space and like on Earth. And Tobey Maguire's like, Andrew Garfield's like, wow, he's like, I'm lame compared to you. No, Tobey Maguire's like, I'm still not past the fact that you fought an alien in space.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Garfield's like man,
lame.
He's like, I'm lame compared to you guys. Like,
Which was
crazy
amazing.
guy I fought was a guy in a
amazing call.
Craziest fight craziest guy I fought was a dude in a rhino suit. And then Tobey Maguire was like, hey,
man, that's awesome, man.
He's like, you're amazing.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Which, obviously, Andrew Garfield is the amazing Spider-Man. So they're talking about the villains and stuff like that. And he says that he's amazing. And Andrew Garfield's like, I always wanted brothers. Because it's like 3 fucking Spider-Man. It's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, you could tell his Spider-Man was just so happy to be there.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, this is my chance!
Oh, my God. Then they're like talking about the other stuff and everything, and then the villains come. Then they start fighting, and they're like all swinging around and stuff. They like put their masks on and start running around. Oh no, that scene's after. It's when there's another scene where they're all sitting there and Sandman's like around the thing, and they're talking about it. Like, oh man, he's like, you're Peter 1. No, I'm Peter 2. He's like, no, you're Peter 3. And so here's the thing that I think is a reference in that scene. Is because, one, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie apparently is like the best. The best one is 2. So he's Peter 2. Andrew Garfield never got an Amazing Spider-Man 3. So he's Peter 3. I think maybe that's a thing reference, but I don't know. It could not be. I could just be looking too much into it. And then they're like, and then Peter's like, I don't want to brag, but I will. I'm in the Avengers.
They were like, oh.
And they're like, oh, he's like, Tobey Maguire's like, oh, that's great. He's like, What is that? He's like, is that a band? And Andrew Garfield's like, are you in a band?
That shit is crazy though, how they don't have the Avengers in their universe.
It's crazy, yeah, I know.
Like any of them.
I know. And then Toby's like, he's like, all right, Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3. And then he's like, all right, communicate, use your tingle. And then Andrew Garfield's like, I love you guys.
Said, thank you.
Yeah. Tim McGuire's like, that's great, thanks. And they all just run off and everything. They put their masks on, start running out, and start swinging. Then they do the iconic Statue of Liberty thing to land on the thing. Oh my god, it's so cool. Then they do the face-off that we see in the
Yeah,
trailer,
we called it.
which we peeped, bro. We peeped it. We saw it. We caught that
bro,
shit.
there's no fucking way Lizard is going for Tom Holland.
No way
He's
Lizard's going for Tom
Andrew.
Holland down there. Then I was like, dude, what if Ned and MJ are down there and the Lizard's really going for them?
I was like, no, bro, they're fucking in the movie.
He does go for them at one point, though.
He does eventually, yeah.
He does technically go for them at one point, but it's not the exact, like, thing.
I was in denial. I was like, no, bro, they're in the fucking movie.
But they're in the movie.
They're in the movie,
100%.
confirmed.
And we see them fighting each other. They cure the villains. None of the villains die. Green Goblin shows up, and he is like, "Can a Spider-Man come out to play?" He starts throwing bombs and stuff. And then that's when Doctor Strange finally shows back up and sees that the villains are all being cured. But it's cool though, because
You did call that out. You were like, Doc Ock's going to be on the good side before we even knew any of it. And he was
well, just from that one scene of like we also breezed past the whole fact that was in the trailer of Electro shooting at Doc Ock at the apartment, and which happens.
Yeah.
And
then Doc Ock showed up.
Yeah. So Doc Ock shows up and he grabs Andrew Garfield. He grabs Andrew Garfield or somebody. He grabs them, and he tells Electro, he's like, "They're mine." And then he goes and he puts the cure for Electro on Electro, takes the arc reactor out of him, does all that shit, which, what is it? Fuck. That's an expert level move right there. That's what we call an expert level tactic by Doc Ock. So Electro gets cured, and then he has a thing where he's like, you're from Queens, you help a lot of poor people. He's like, I just thought you'd be black.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a black Spider-Man out there, which there is. Miles Morales, he's in a universe, which that is a reference to Miles Morales, and also the fact that the Spider-Verse movie with him and everything like that too. So
Marvel.
That's cool. What should we call it? Then they finally get the Lizard cured. Then they cure Sandman. Tobey Maguire cures Sandman. Oof. No villains die. But Green Goblin is there. He throws a Green Goblin bomb in the little box with the spell and blows it up. So now they technically have No Way Home, which they don't have any way home at the end until Doctor Strange casts the spell. But all the people are breaking through, and you can see Kraven the Hunter, all these other Rhino with the Rhino suit, Scorpion. You can see all these different villains and characters coming through. Which I'm like, man, let them.
Just let them for a little bit.
Let them come through. Let's see some people here. Let's see the roster of upcoming Spider-Man villains, please. But he's trying to close it and everything like that while Peter's having the battle with Green Goblin. And then we see all the stuff falling around. We see MJ falling. Tom Holland goes to save her, but then gets bodied by the glider. Andrew Garfield sees that shit, springs into action and gets her. Saves her, gets his redemption. And you can see it too in his face.
I definitely almost shed a tear at that point.
You can see it in his face when he's looking at her and he's like, "Are you okay?"
He was half crying. Yeah.
I did it, finally.
That shit hit, bro.
I did it.
That shit hit. I was like, redemption.
Bro. Oh, man.
I need that kind of redemption in my life.
And whatchamacallit, so Tobey Maguire is there too doing some stuff. I forget what he was doing at this point.
I think he was still up there talking to Sandman.
Maybe, I don't
While
know.
Tom Holland.
Oh no. He was getting the humans. He was getting the human characters to safety with Doc Ock and stuff. So they're doing all that stuff, and then Tom Holland's sitting there getting ready to fight Green Goblin, right? And then Green Goblin says something, he's not strong enough to send me back. And he's like, no, he's like, I just want to kill you myself. And then Willem Dafoe delivers one of probably the most iconic lines in the movie, "Attaboy." Because he's like, I got you there, motherfucker. He's like, I got you right where I want you. He fucking won in that moment, is what you're seeing right there. And so he's just going to town on Green Goblin. Tom Holland picks up his fucking glider, gets ready to stab him, but you know what, because the other two Spider-Men see this, right? Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are seeing this. And then in a callback with the glider, like I said before that we were going to get to,
I got it now, yeah. Now
Tobey Maguire jumps in the way of his glider and doesn't let it stab him.
Which
the original Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire jumps out the way and lets it stab him. This time he runs in front of it. But what's funny, and also another callback, and also a switcheroony, Tobey Maguire gets stabbed by Green Goblin.
Stabbed anyway.
He got stabbed anyway. But he's been stabbed before, remember? Because he's laying there on the ground. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I've been stabbed before." And Andrew Garfield's like, "Okay, good." Like, all right, cool. And Andrew Garfield throws the cure for Green Goblin to Peter, and he stabs Green Goblin with the cure, and Green Goblin's cured now. All the villains are cured. Tobey Maguire's laying there out of commission because he's stabbed, but he's just resting a little bit. He's alive, don't worry. He's not dead.
It was that split second of
Like,
shock. I was like, no way.
No way. They killed his character off. No, he's still alive. He's going to come back in Multiverse of Madness. Mark my fucking words. We're saying it right here on the podcast. Episode lucky number 13. He is going to be in the movie Multiverse of Madness. And so Doctor Strange is still up there holding all that shit together. So obviously they got to get back to that plot point. And he's like, listen, like, can we just cast a spell that, like, sends everybody home and makes everybody forget who the hell Peter Parker is?
Yeah, he was
so
like,
now I gotta
cast the original
So
shit.
now I gotta get a new, new Social Security card, all this shit. So he casts it, and there's a touching scene with him and MJ where they're, like, saying, like, oh my, like, you're gonna forget me, and then she says, I love you, and he says, and she's like, tell me when you see me again. And they're all sitting there. They all hug, and then he swings away. Ned's just standing there. Ned's just there.
He's there as Ned. Being Ned.
Ned's being Ned right now. But he swings off. He swings away. He goes to Aunt May's grave. He's standing there. Happy Hogan's there. I half expected Happy to know who he was. I half expected Doctor Strange to just throw that in there because he knew
somebody got to know
for like some help.
Yeah.
But in a shocking turn of events, which is actually not really shocking because it's more comic book and character accurate, Peter Parker is now just like us. Well, one of us, a broke motherfucker living on his own.
Oh yeah.
In a 1-bedroom apartment.
I still don't know how you got that, but all right.
Yeah, credit checks.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know how hard it was to get an apartment.
Yeah, I know how much they had to background check me and go through all my shit. Like, nobody knows who you are. How do you get this apartment?
He's there. He has some knickknacks. He has the Emperor Palpatine from the first Spider-Man movie, his first one, Homecoming, when they were building the Death Star and Ned found out. Which that Death Star has been broken so many times.
Yeah, they're fucking up, bro.
Ned dropped it first. Ned dropped
fucking
it
Ned, bro. Well, you might be right. R.I.P. Ned.
But whatchamacallit, we see him in the apartment. I half expect the dude to go, rent 2 first of every month.
Yeah, we both said that. I was like, yo, this is the same apartment from the first part.
Triple rent.
Thought the girls gonna pop up with their cookies and shit.
Yeah.
Didn't happen though.
No. But we do see some other interesting things. We see, as well as Emperor Palpatine thing, we see a GED thing in his thing. Because he has to go back to high school. Because, he never graduated. Because who the fuck is Peter Parker, right? That's fake. Even though high school diplomas are pretty much just, you can make them yourself. You don't need that much experience. But anyway, don't forge. It's bad. We do not promote it. So he's sitting there, and then we see he's using like a phone scanner thing, which I think is actually in the game. I think he uses his phone in the game for like a police scanner too.
I don't remember. I haven't played it in a while.
I think so. Somebody check me on that. Let me know in the comments if that's true or not. And then we see his suit that he's like repairing and stuff. Man has the classic suit with the big red spider on the back, shiny, shimmering, swinging around Rockefeller Center, the big tree in the snow. Whew! And then we get the end credit scene, post credit scene.
Which one you going to first? Well, technically the one was a trailer. Yeah. Technically the one was a trailer.
So we see Eddie Brock, who I believe is the 6th villain in that universe now.
That's what we thought. Yeah.
I believe he is it was a Sinister Six. Just one member was kind of fucking off somewhere else. And it's the greatest thing. I love Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I really wanted him in the MCU.
Yeah, I was sucks that he went back.
Because they send him back with the spell because he knew who Peter Parker was and everything like that because of the news thing in the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer. He's like, oh, that guy. and it licks the screen, so therefore he knew who Peter Parker was, so he got sent back to his dimension, unfortunately. But he's sitting there talking to the dude. He's like, so let me get this straight here. He's like, so there's a billionaire, and he flies around in a tin suit. He's like, tell me more about your purple alien that loves stones. And he's doing the bartender does the thing. And then he's like, let me tell you something. Aliens don't love stones. They love brains. And he's like, sir, you made my family disappear for 5 years. He's like, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And then he stands up and everything. He's like, maybe I should go see this Peter Parker or Spider-Man in New York. And he gets up to go and everything like that.
Fucking gets sent back.
He gets snapped back to reality. Oh, there goes a little piece of Venom left in the MCU. What? Yeah, there's a little piece of Venom on the counter left in the MCU that now knows about Spider-Man in New York City. Is going to go and search him out. Because remember, the symbiotes with a hive mind and multi-dimensional across all the things. But yeah. Then after that, you go through the actual black screen credits. And you get the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer, which, should we do a breakdown for that? In 20 years when it's really old?
Breakdown trailer? I don't know, honestly. That trailer, it didn't really do too much for me. Besides the part of seeing the Sorcerer Supreme.
What if Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Yeah. It looks really good.
It looked good, but it didn't really, it didn't get me, over the edge, oh, shit. I feel like the movie's gonna be better than the trailer.
Hopefully, yeah.
And
it's Sam Raimi, and it's supposed to be more horror oriented, so it's gonna be really cool. We got the baby in the studio, so just don't worry about that. He whining right now.
If they do take the what if route though, then it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Because he's supposed to go to a bunch of different universes and a bunch of different dimensions, and he is facing off against the what if version of himself.
Yeah.
The strange Supreme or whatever like that.
Supreme.
Actually, no, I think he's level up, Ultimate, or whatever the fuck it is. It's the evil Doctor Strange from.
Regardless, it's gonna be good.
The Ting, the what if. But yeah, so that was our review of Spider-Man. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 10 my backs out of 10.
10 my backs.
My back.
Oh man, I don't even have to give mine. It's a 10 out of 10. Simple. There's no other answer but 10 out of 10. I don't care who you are.
All right, so in terms. So, you were right. It is as good as Endgame.
I told you.
You said in the review that it's going to be as good as Endgame, and it is 100%. Not in terms of scale, because in terms of scale, it is pretty tame for a multiversal movie.
Because it's still Spider-Man.
Exactly. However, in terms of payoff and living up to the hype,
I went over the hype.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It gets a 10 out of 10 from me. And my other host.
Yes, it gets 10. I don't see how that's my problems out of 10 for me.
Really? Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. I missed the part where that's my problem.
I missed the part where that's my problem. It gets 10 of those.
So, yeah, let us know what you thought about the movie down in the comment section below. As far as I'm concerned, that's been the episode. It was a great movie. It was a pretty decent hour and 30-some minutes of a podcast, getting back to it. I wanted to keep this kind of short because we're also recording the other episode, or the first episode of our other Patreon, or Patreon podcast. Say it 5 times fast. And also, I don't want to have to wait too long for this to export, because I am going to have to cut a couple scenes out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's not talk that into existence.
let's be hopeful that this will actually make it out to the internet. But as always, real quick, let's give you a little teaser to a video we're gonna be doing.
You said eat one right now? Say no.
6 hot balls. That's right. We're each gonna be putting 3 hot balls in our mouth. What? Anyway, that's been the episode. I'm John. Stay dangerous.
Stay diverse.
My back.